Y'all, it's your girl Roxelle Richards here with another episode of Dare to Excel. Now, here's the deal. I got somebody who is so dear to my heart. He is all that, a bag of chips. He is the GOAT in music. He is a 30-time Billboard charting, Grammy nominated record producer, music label owner, entrepreneur, real estate investor. It's just a lot, y'all. And he is here. I'm so honored to be able to share this time with him because I've learned so much from this person. He has meant a lot to me in terms of helping me to personally develop in the way that I knew I could. And I've learned so many things about business from him, and he would say the same thing. But listen, y'all are in for a treat. He's going to talk about his journey to how he created his path in music and then transitioning over to now being a mogul in business, y'all. Get your notepads, get your pen. Y'all know how we do it on Dare to Excel. We giving y'all the real, the raw. We not doing no gatekeeping. It's just all realness, y'all. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm trying my best to live up to that. Amazing.
Welcome, Floyd. Yeah. I'm happy to have you.
Oh man, it's a pleasure. It's an honor.
Man, this feels like it's like a full circle.
Absolutely.
Full circle, man. I've been knowing you for a long time. I know you from music, but in this particular episode, I want you to talk about all of that because I think it's so important for people to understand that just because you may start in a certain path doesn't necessarily mean that you have to end up in that path. You can create and take as many twists and turns as you want to because you're the creator of your life, right? Of course, the Almighty is the big creator, but you create your ultimate path to success. So tell us a little bit about first your music, because you know that's all I always want to know about the music.
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know, my mom was, church musician growing up. She had the opportunity to go on the road with like some of the big gospel artists back then, Shirley Caesar and Mighty Clouds of Joy, but she declined to raise her family. My dad was a producer and writer for Isaac Hayes, Curtis Mayfield.
Really?
Yeah, just not, and he also has a singing group called Masqueraders. And 2 years ago, they came in second place on America's Got Talent. And they all was like, they're like 78 years. They were 78 years old at the time. Him, his brother, and then it was another guy. But yeah, they still touring to this day overseas.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how I got into music.
So music is just in your blood.
Yeah,
that was just like, oh wow, I did not know that. Yeah. Like you come from some real
absolutely. Yeah.
Like you ain't had no choice.
No, I ain't had no choice. I just took it a little further, you know what I'm saying, and just learned more about the business side of it. Mm-hmm. But all of my siblings is talented. I just wanted to make sure that, I'm like, okay, if I'm going to be talented, I don't want nobody to screw me. So I started learning more about the business.
So, yeah. Okay. So then when did you decide that, hey, I'm going to, because you grew up in the church, obviously.
Yeah,
so you seen what it takes to be, a talent, right?
Yeah.
So at what point did you put your hat on and say, I need to go from just being a talent or playing to really kind of taking this thing seriously and kind of creating my path so I can make me some money?
Yeah, I started looking at Berry Gordy. I mean, he wrote Someone to Kiss, like his first hit record. Instead of, signing to, I forgot what label, it might have been Capitol. Mm-hmm. As a writer and producer, he started his own label. Because he's like, I know how to do everything, you know what I'm saying? So that was my mentality. And then I seen my mom kind of walk away from her business. She had $1 million business, and she walked away from it to, because she felt like her kids was, we was being raised by our sister, who I think at that time ran away, and we had nannies and all that stuff. But she was like, I'd rather just commit to my kids. So that kind of made me step up as a man and like, okay, I don't want my mom to have to struggle. Wow. So I just started. I was like, I don't care how much I love music. I ain't, I got to make some money off of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was balling. You know what I'm saying? I was selling beats. I was, anywhere I could make money, I was doing it. Legally. So of course, I promise.
Right.
But yep.
So you selling beats. Okay, now tell us where you from.
I was born in Dallas, raised between Indiana. I say Indiana raised Floyd. Timeless was raised by Chicago
Okay.
because we would always go there, and the business stuff like Chicago, I would always be like, they musicians was on another level, they producers was on another level, and then just even just the street sense and the business sense, I just would always be around Chicago. It was
Okay.
even. We would always go there like the weekends and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. So selling beats. What else were you doing to make money?
I mean, I was changing brakes
Oh,
illegally
wait.
at a
You was doing
I was like 12
everything.
years old. I begged this dude named Vernell. He was a mechanic. I begged him, can I just change brake? Just I'll hand you the tools. Just pay me a little something. I'll sweep out your door. I
Okay.
literally was a hustler, like
Wow.
And when New Jack City came out, I
Ah.
started selling like fake Toms, like the white Toms, made it look like crack. I had like 30 people under me. And this is high school. I mean, this was elementary. So I was just always one of them type of. I was selling Kool-Aid in a plastic bag.
Hustling.
Any way I could make
You was
money, I was.
hustling.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
So, okay. So 12 years old, and then when does it go from you just solely focusing on music?
That was always the focus. But when I started playing the piano I started playing at 13. I started taking it serious at 14. But I
Oh,
was playing the
really?
drums at 2 in church. I was a 2
Oh,
year old.
wow.
Yeah. So, but when I started playing the piano and learning how to produce around 14, 15, that's when I really started. Because
Okay.
then I started seeing how much, drummers get paid a certain amount, but if you could play piano, because that's usually the main instrument, you get paid more. On top of that, I felt like from an expressive standpoint, I could just contribute more to music. And then when I started making beats and stuff, selling them at 15, 16, I was like, dang, I get 500 for a beat, 1,000 back then in high
Yeah,
school.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I was.
For a kid?
Yeah, for a kid, I was really balling, man, for that. So that's when I would say I really start taking it serious, like for real.
Okay. So then how did you go from that to saying, I'm about to work with some major people so I can, because I mean, that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
At 30 times on a Billboard doesn't
Yeah.
normally happen. Like,
Facts.
that's not just no normal thing that happens.
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
Well, I was fortunate enough to be the executive music director for this glorified production label called Pajam. And we
Okay.
worked with Beyonce, Mary J. Blige, NSYNC, Justin Timberlake, Boyz II Men. So I fell right into the laps because I went on tour with this guy named Jay Moss. I was on tour with him for like 12 years.
I love J Moss.
Yeah, Jay Hard. But a lot of people don't know that he got deep roots in the, secular world, just writing and producing for people. So they
Did
had
not
me
know
over
that.
everything. Yeah, I was ghost producing. I was, ghost writing. So I just kind of happened organically. Then I had a couple artists that went to Billboard and stuff like that. Wayne Starks. We did a joint venture with Sony. I was like 21, I think. So it was just, one
Yeah.
thing led to another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so you still in music.
Yeah,
You always gonna do music.
for sure.
How does Floyd make the time to say, I'm finna go do Neb and all the other stuff you got going on?
Well, the thing about
How
me.
did that come about? Because it's so, like, I'm not gonna say it's so far fetched, but what gave you the idea to go from music to Neb?
Neb, well, for those who don't know, Neb is, it's an all-purpose entertainment company with a concentration in influencer management and production. What made me pivot to that is it just made sense. See, everything is about hype. Boxing is sold by hype. Artists is sold by hype. It don't matter how talented. Like Soldier Boy created a hype.
That's
It wasn't
true.
his music. His music is like arguably whatever, relatively garbage. But I like some of his music. Don't get me wrong. But it's just like it's not the same quality as certain artists. But I think he hyped himself up so much that. So looking at this influencer thing, this guy named Damian Prince, he showed me like they was getting like millions of views organically, and I was like, what is this? And so I'm like, what they didn't have is what he approached me for. What he approached me for is two things: to learn the business and to like put that entertainment polishedness to them because they were shooting with iPhones. You know what I'm saying? Like they was getting it was raw. So I feel like I kind of discovered like the underground, like when hip hop was underground, like Russell Simmons. How he kind of that's what we did. And he was like, man, we want to, get into music. Like, it's a lot of us. He's like, we ain't got no management. Like, it's no manager. He's like, we had one manager, and she kind of, did us dirty. But he was like, I came to you first anyway. So he was like, can y'all give us that glow? So I just basically applied the same principles, and y'all was doing the visual world. Like, y'all, I was like, this is basically, we could just do a visual world for influencers. It makes sense. And they went from making 60 to 90,000 to 350 to $500,000 a month.
That's
insane.
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube. Just YouTube. Not even including like some of the other
crazy.
stuff. I think one of the last months they was with us, they made like, 997,000 in 1 month.
That's insane.
So it just, I went to go get, I told him, I said, well, it's one person I know I need to bring in. And she's like my yin to my yang.
Yeah.
Ebony Tesno, who's supposed to be doing this interview with me.
There she is behind the mic.
And she got the product, I got the product. But she just, but we push each other. But yeah, I said, man, listen, this girl we could turn it upside down. She gonna take it to the next
and level.
She did. She had Bianca look like Kim Kardashian. Like it was just like she just killed it. So it made sense to me, Roxelle. It's like the same thing. So then we did music with some of them, and we did like 100 million streams in 1 year. I'm sorry. Some of those videos is up. Now we got like 23 million. We did some Halloween stuff. Like we just did so much stuff, and it just made sense. Crazy Love got like 7 million. So I'm just a very practical guy.
So when you developed this whole concept to focus on managing the YouTubers, like there was no blueprint.
No, I wasn't.
So what would make you, if somebody's already making 60, 70, 80 grand or whatever it is per month, and then now it's like, okay, come get with me as a management company. You didn't have any doubts, like that they not gonna pay you, or that they not gonna run out from you.
We went through that the first year. Our first year we didn't have their money coming to us because we were just trying to get going. So we trusted they was paying us. Sometime it was late, but then so a couple of them did run off. The next year we was like, all right, nah, we go collect the money. And then we pay them out. Kind of like with insurance. Don't the insurance company pay?
Yeah, that's how we,
And so, so we did.
That shit coming to me.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what we did, man. We were just like, nah. So then, even still, a couple people switched their passwords and, locked us out. So it's just the cost of doing business. I mean, it's still early, it's we've been in it for about 5 years. But we learned, contracts got thicker as we went by. And I was just telling, I'm like, look, we got to play the game. One of our competitive advantages, our only slight competition, contracts was like 20 pages. I'm like, no, we just going to make ours like 1-2 pages. Let's just get them in the door. Let's build the brand equity. You know what I'm saying? And then, we can do whatever after that. But we definitely learned a lot and we sacrificed a lot, man. Some of them ran off, man. And we just like, dang, man. But, like we was talking about earlier before the interview started, a lot of this generation, Gen Z, they don't respect contracts. They don't. They're raised by the internet.
Because they don't think that they can be sued. And if they do feel like they can be sued, they figure like it don't matter. It's okay.
Yeah. So we got one now that we just sued $300,000. So we gotta. They had 30 days to pay. They didn't pay. So we gotta do the next step. But I told Ebony, I was like, we just gotta invest the money to sue because we have to make it to where they feel it. To like, oh wow, they could really
or at least have a lawyer on retainer.
Facts.
That So here's the thing about small businesses. I feel like as a small business, even though we're growing, stuff like that can take us out the box. You know what I mean? Because it can stop your cash flow. It can.
Man, we no lie, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we literally, I think between this year and last year, lost like $200,000 per month in cash flow because of people that walk away. So actually, we need to talk about that.
Yeah, there's definitely that because at least if because the way I look at it is it's almost like life insurance, right?
Sure.
It's never a problem until it's a problem, and then when it's a problem, it's a problem.
It's a real problem.
You know what I mean? So even if it's just like, okay, I'm gonna pay this attorney. You know, back when I met you, I know I met you through Allegra, but when I was working at that one entertainment company
with Harold,
yeah. Harold would just have me on retainer.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And I literally would just be there. Yes, I would have to handle negotiations on any type of distribution deal. I would have to do the artist contracts to sign them to their little 360 deals and give them their little advances. But a lot of that stuff he had me on was just really like litigation to let them know, like, hey, you fuck over this contract and don't deliver your whatever. Got the beast over here. She coming after you. You know what I mean? So, like, even if it's just to show them, like, hey, we've got the contract, the lawyer will be sending the contract. Right. Just the way that you do business, and they know, okay, we got a lawyer that's sending the contract over. The lawyer, will handle this. And I think,
we did that, like we got a legal at nebnetworks.com yeah, that's our email, legal@nebnetworks.com. And we have attorneys that handle that. But again, it's like it's kind of like in the street. You got to make an example.
You got to make an example.
Or they don't think that they can't. You think it's sweet is not. So we just chalked it up. We gonna have. I think once this go through, it's gonna show everybody else. Right. Like, they will sue because we can't take it on no street.
And then the thing about it is, the good part about it is, it's not like you have somebody that's what they call judgment proof, meaning that they only own one homestead. They only own, because with Texas we're a homestead state, and so and the way that our exemption laws work in terms of being able to attach a judgment to people after you get the judgment and being able to go seize them, it's protected. So there's a lot of things you can't seize. Like, they even have it where you can even own cattle. It's up to so many cattle. What? And then after that, you can, levy and take the cattle to satisfy your judgment. But you're allowed to have a car. You're allowed to have a property. Okay. But the thing about you is, these people go and blow bags of money and get multiple cars. They probably got multiple. So you'll get your money.
Facts. And on top of that, one thing that I think I did smart was if they don't have, we get to take over the channel. We get to take over their channel. Oh. And we can do, sort of for a whole year. And we put that in the contract because, it's just like you said, it was no blueprint.
It was no blueprint, yeah. And another thing too, Floyd, that would be good, just kind of throwing this out there, because when you market somebody, yes, they might come to the door as boo-boo the food, right? Mm-hmm. But with the hard work that you and Ebony do, like put together and pick these people out, you're marketing them and taking them at such a high level where what you can do, you actually would have rights to be able to trademark them. And you can trademark them in a different category other than whatever it is that they feel like they came to you before as, because the sweat equity and how you guys put these people, trademark the name. You trademark the name, really, what can they really do? Yeah. And then the footage, y'all are shooting the footage, so you own the footage. Yeah. So you own that copyright. You own the actual tangible form. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's not like, it's just so many ways that they really playing themselves. Yeah. When you
asked about earlier why I took a small break from music, because this year especially, which is crazy. I think it was tough for all businesses because of inflation and just everything. The economy is horrible, but it was just a lot of. So I had to kind of be more visible with that stuff. But when you was asking the question earlier about how do I balance, I think the key to any, especially, I'm a CEO at heart. I am a visionary. Yeah. I can find the territory. I need people to work in the territory to make it beautiful, make it, operational. Yeah. And then while y'all doing that, I'm on to the next thing. Right. So, but this year, like I said, it was just weird. A lot of people did some weird stuff. But it's crazy, like you said, it hurt a little bit. Because some of them we took a chance on. They was making probably $5,000. We took them up to making $30,000, $50,000 a month. Oh, wow. In months, not like years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then
just putting the camera in their face.
Just putting the camera in their face. Crazy. And we just, we content strategy. We got, a back end that we call them the Geek Squad that don't nobody know
Yeah,
about.
because y'all like a full,
Full
this
service.
is a full operation.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to do everything in excellence. But I mean, I just love, me and Ebony, we just like, okay, we just come back to the table and be like, all right, we got to adjust this, we got to adjust that. And we just, that's my girl. I love her, man. And she's solid. A lot of people, I know, like certain people try to even poach her from, me, from Neb, and she just solid. Because she know, like, we never have no money issues. We never have no problem with nobody stealing nothing. Like, we solid together. And so, but it does just come with doing business.
Yeah, that does.
Yeah,
and the good part about it is it may seem like a loss, but down the line, like,
that's a fact.
Y'all the go-to. Other people gonna emulate what y'all doing, but y'all the originals, y'all the blueprint, and y'all gonna keep going and going and going.
Appreciate that.
To where it's just like it's gonna be a never. I'm waiting on when y'all gonna. Hey, when is it gonna be movies? Where the movies at?
That's we work on the app.
Music. We got the YouTubers, but these YouTubers to work.
That was we right at our 5-year plan. I think COVID pushed us back a year a little bit, but we was saying like after kind of like 4 or 5 years, we're gonna get into the streaming service, the movies, the reality shows. Because we already do it.
Yeah, y'all already do that.
But
now.
we just now need to own the platform.
Right. I love it. So, wow. So you went music. Where we at with that? Because now you Neb.
Yeah. Also, we back equilibrium. We kind of came up with some things that's gonna stabilize Neb. So now I can focus on music a little bit more. Mm-hmm. And actually, I can't say the project that we're gonna release, the influencer project, and it's gonna be big too.
I already know.
It's gonna be big.
It's gonna be huge.
That's 2024. We're gonna get back into that.
I feel like where you guys are, like with the right strategy put in place, you really are like a full throttle agency. You know what I mean? Because you can do so much because with the reach that this talent that you guys have, y'all don't have to stop. You can put out music, you can put out books, you can put out freaking clothes, you can put out consumer goods, you can put out. So that's what the big agencies do and exploit the crap out of these actresses. Like y'all got, y'all really that. You know what I mean? With what you guys have. So I definitely feel like the niche that y'all, you and Ebony have created is this is just a scratch.
Yeah, for sure.
This ain't even the surface. It's a little scratch.
Yeah, I mean, it's some stuff that we getting ready to do. That's just, we talking about multi-billion-dollar situations in the tech world and everything. And I just wanted to build like I said, I think this is important for a lot of people to know, especially when you discover a new. It's not that I created it, but I discovered it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I think it's important to just keep feeding the beast and make it as big as possible. Like,
I agree.
We probably got 1,000 people on our waiting list right now.
Wow.
So like you said, we are the go-to. Wow. Now that we have that claim to fame, now we can, more quality versus quantity approach.
Right.
Like we already had the, Billboard wrote us up as the largest black influencer agency in the world.
Wow, that's
so
big.
We had Breakfast Club did the same thing. So
that's big.
We got that claim to fame. I told Ebony, I said, now let's just focus on certain clients and make them. Have you ever heard of Mr. Beast? This is a guy named Mr. Beast.
Why I feel like I have.
He's a YouTuber. He's worth $10 billion now.
Wow. Did you ever tell me about that, Mr. Beast?
Yeah, man. He's not really he would be different. He just do all these big productions. And the man is, he could have sold for $10 billion. FaZe Clan, they just did IPO. They went on the New York Stock Exchange.
What these people do?
YouTube. They YouTube, dude. But
these are YouTubers?
These are YouTubers. So now we about to focus on creating $100 million, $1 billion brands. We can't do that with a lot of people, but we already did that. We just wanted to. So now we about to, like this next phase, like say books, e-commerce.
Yeah, and there's so many different categories. Like, I was talking to Ebony about the category of, I think we were talking about like cleaning and how like these little subject matter channels like got crazy.
Cleaning on YouTube?
Cleaning, like people that just clean.
Wow.
They just be cleaning and organizing.
Yeah.
Millions and millions and millions of views. There's this one guy who my organizer sent him to me. 22-year-old film producer, right? Went to Hollywood, didn't pan out. So he decided that he was just going to be known for, I think he has some sort of OCD when it comes to cleaning. So he was just going to film himself cleaning every day, making up his bed, doing his health and wellness or whatever. Dude went to 1 million subscribers in less than a year.
Really?
1 million subscribers in less than. I said, this is crazy.
Listen,
1 million subscribers. He's a subject matter YouTuber, and he films his own content, edits his own, because he's really a film maker. That's what he went to school for.
Yeah.
And so now this has turned him into literally a brand.
Wow.
Now he got cleaning. So like y'all are. When I think about influencing, not even just from a entertainment, perspective, like you guys.
Remember what word you taught me about that?
Like
earlier, she was talking about I learned from her. I mean, she learned from me. I learned from her too. You taught me what? You don't remember the word?
What'd I tell you? I say so much.
Man, you like ancillary. You like you need to build ancillary products.
Yes.
Like, what the hell is an ancillary? You like you explain. I was like, oh, you like man, you need to set up this and that. So. And that's the thing, that's a good segue to relationships. Like we've been knowing each other for so long.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like sipping wine. We don't force business. If we can make money together, we can. But it's more so, if she have a question about something, she hit me. If I have a question about something.
Always.
And a lot of alpha men think they're too good to, or too strong to talk to women or take advice from women.
They do.
I think women, y'all got the wisdom of God.
It's sad it's like that because it don't have to be.
It don't have to be.
I think if you're solid and secure with what you have and how God made you.
Correct.
And I'm solid in however I am and how God made me. Two people working together, it's just going to explode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you've always been, since I've known you, that's one thing I can say about you. You've always been the type of person that you'll let a diamond shine.
Facts.
You're like, I'm gonna let it shine. What can I do let me polish it off? Let me put some extra sauce on it or whatever I need to do to make it shine even more. That's just been the beautiful thing about you.
Yeah.
And not unfortunately, there's not a lot of men that I could say who are the same. You know what I mean? Just unfortunate.
I credit a lot of that to my mom, though. My mom is superwoman, so I grew up seeing a woman raise 7 children, and have businesses and be successful at them. So when I meet people like you and Ebony and different women, I'm like, oh, I seen this already. So I know how this story gonna go. And my mom, like my dad, even when they weren't together, my dad still kind of covered her. Mm-hmm. She knew when to listen to him, but he knew how to just. Yeah, he was just a laid back dude, and he just knew how to. Dynamite. So when I started seeing in the business world, I'm like, it looked familiar. Like my mom was like, Donald Trump, if he loved his mother, then he wouldn't be the way he is. And basically what she was saying is like,
that's powerful. What your mama just said.
That's real talk.
That's deep.
Like, when a man loves his mom, it really opens up the floodgates for just accepting, that feminine energy to come in your life and to make things better. Like y'all carry the baby, y'all the one. Yeah. I mean, our what we do is pleasurable.
Right.
Y'all got 9 months, and that baby got. You know what I'm saying? Like we just need to embrace that. That's why I just champion women like Ebony. Like she nurtured this company. I'm not a nurturing guy. Like I meet like yesterday. I had to go our biggest client and talk to them, make sure that they want to resign, and But once I negotiate that. Pass them to her, and she's
such a mother.
Yeah, she take care of the babies, man. She take care of the babies. Like I don't have that much tolerance. I'm a good relationships person. Yeah, just to lock them in, bring them in. She clean them up and
them in. Sure.
And then, like you said, it's just about it's not about thinking alike. It's about thinking together.
There you go.
I don't want to be.
Can't do that.
Nah. But Evan, it's certain things she don't want to do. Which I'm fine with. Like, she do not like networking. She just like, Floyd.
Oh, I already know.
Yeah, she don't
She's
like
a creator.
That.
She want to be like, she want let her create.
Yeah.
That's
but
why
everybody want to get close to. Everybody wants. Where's Ebony? I thought she was short. I'm like, nah, she doing. But that's my job. Like, I make sure stuff is straight, and then she get them, and then she'll clean you up. Now.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's my dog.
She cleans them.
Yeah. She got you drippy. But yeah, but it's just respecting, just understanding what I had to show her. Though I'm like, look, everybody can't be the quarterback. Everybody can't be the wide receiver. I'm not supposed to be doing what you're doing. You're not supposed to be doing what I'm doing.
That's true.
Chris is supposed to be doing his thing. So once I did that, she always tell people like he was so patient with me because, boy, she's a pit bull. She's a lioness.
I
really.
already
Like
know.
Lioness in the animal kingdom, they do a lot of the hunting. You know what I'm saying?
I already know.
So I just had to, just kind of, I'm like, she got the bone. I was just like, yo, your temperament, OG, you got like, you this busy. You can't be talking about, you gonna go get your third ward and all. I'm like, man. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I already know.
Yeah, man.
I didn't see that.
Dude, I'm like, you can't do that. And she I remember the first time I met her, like, I could talk about her all day. Like, I just love, when I first met her, Enzo, so she was mad at, I think Ayla was her name? Because Wayne was saying she couldn't, the song was Drug Called Love.
Yeah.
And Wayne was saying, no, you can't use the needle like Drug Called Love. But she was so mad at Wayne. Now, Enzo brought me in. Enzo had to be like, what, I don't know, 15 or something.
Yeah.
So she literally, like, I'm like, he's like, oh yeah, there go Ebony right there. She arguing with Wayne, like going back and forth. And so I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, she just walked past me. And Enzo was like, don't worry, man, she like you, man. She just, and then she go come and she was like, do you want to go to Fritchie's with us? I'm like, what's Fritchie's? He's like, just say yeah. I'm like, yeah. So he just like, when I met her, I'm like, man, dude, it's just been love all, ever since. But I understand her. I understand when she don't feel like talking. I understand, but as a CEO or as a, whatever you want to call it, it's important to know your people.
Right.
Like Christian, like my son, he's always in a good mood. Even if he go through stuff.
I love it. How you doing today? Like smooth like butter.
Smooth like butter, yeah. That's my guy. So it just knowing your people and just really, just trying to maximize that, polishing them up and, putting them on the market like that.
Okay. Now, here's what I want to know. You got the music coming, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Music label. You got nailed. So what else we working on?
Got real estate. I got a couple. I got apartment complex.
How you balancing all this?
Just get super people.
That's the key.
Yeah, you can't.
You gotta be a master delegator.
You gotta be a master delegator. My mom said you could go.
People don't understand that though.
Yeah, you could go fast by yourself. You could go far with a team. So I get everything. I have like an Ebony. I have to have an Ebony to just focus on that particular thing. Mm-hmm. Because again, I'm good at negotiating and just seeing where things need to go, but I gotta have somebody an operations person. That's how I see. That's really the secret.
And the thing that I'm learning now, right? Is that I think as visionaries, where I have come to realize our power is in thinking.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we have to be able to delegate so that we can not only think, but be able to make decisions and be able to paint the vision.
Yes, ma'am.
Very, 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 very clear. And that takes time. That's not something that, and I think for me, I had to really understand that mindset because I remember at one point in my life where I felt I had to be the doer.
Micromanager and
like,
all that?
No, just doing. Like I didn't feel like I could trust anybody.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And so I had to get to a point where I had to really understand that and accept that it may not get 100% done like the way I want it. Facts. But that 80% is okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Long as it get done.
Because you can always add your 20% on it.
Right. But at least it's done. And it might not be 100%. And it may even take me a little bit longer by having other people. But I have had to really understand that it will be okay. Because the real magic is consistency.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? It ain't about how quick you go.
Yes, ma'am. Just
you stay consistent and boom, you there. You know what I mean? So that is key. I think y'all need to understand that y'all gotta delegate. Mm-hmm. Y'all gotta make sure that you're not micromanaging because you can't go far by yourself. You're
That's a fact.
just not gonna be able to do that. Okay, Floyd, it was wonderful talking to you.
Oh man, it's a pleasure.
It's like you're such a light.
Thank
I
you
feel
so
like
much.
every time I talk to you, you are a light. You're a light of wisdom.
Thank you.
And you are just, you've always been super calm.
Yeah. Until we
Super
get in a
chill.
debate about something.
Oh yeah, now we get in the debate. It's
Hey,
on.
that's my
Like,
sister. We get in a debate.
We gonna take it all the way there.
Yeah.
But I do want you to kind of end this and give a word to somebody who may be watching this and just trying to find that motivation. I remember, and I didn't even tell Ebony this, after one of our episodes, somebody DM'd me and said, I just want to know, how do you stay motivated even when you don't feel like maybe doing something? It was a long little DM she sent me. What would you tell somebody that's going through something, that maybe has a business and is trying to figure out, going through their little transition period and trying to figure out, like, how is this going to work?
I would tell them, don't look for motivation all the time. Look for discipline, because discipline will allow you to do things even when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline is the key to life. Motivation is more like, so if you have a painkiller versus a vitamin, motivation would be like the painkiller. It treats the symptoms, but it don't fix the problem, the disease. The vitamins and eating healthy is fixed. That's like preventative maintenance. So if you have discipline, it's nice. You know what I'm saying? Don't sue me, right? But if you have discipline, that's the key to everything. A lot of people treat the symptoms and they don't treat the actual disease. You know what I'm saying? So don't look for motivation. Motivation is that's little kid stuff. Discipline is what you need. Because even if you don't feel like doing it, you got to do it. And that's going to, help you mentally. It's going to help you spiritually and everything. And keep, not to sound corny in no fashion. I know this ain't popular really no more, but keep God first, man.
Hey,
keep God.
that's everything.
Center. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, don't look for motivation. That's a painkiller. What you need is vitamins. You take vitamins every day.
I like that. I like that. What
so
you need is vitamins.
You need vitamins. That's a preventative measure. And you take those every day, you're gonna have a stronger immune system.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But a painkiller is needed when it's needed. Like that spark of motivation, but that's not, you can't live by that in business.
Right.
No, times you're not gonna be motivated. Like, me and Ebony done had many discussions, like, I'm like, but she still handled her business, I still handle my business. And if you could just weather that storm, if you could go through the storm, like that part, really just get past it. Trust me, it is a
lot of people can't see past it.
You're right.
Especially when you in that storm.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I can't see the forest. I can't see.
Yeah. Just keep going though.
But keep going in spite of.
In spite of. That's where discipline. Stay disciplined, man. That's the biggest. That's the key to life right there.
All right, y'all. So y'all have heard from the wonderful Floyd. Floyd, how can people find you?
Timeless Floyd on IG. Floyd Timeless, I think, on Facebook. I don't have TikTok and all that. But I am gonna get it. Ebony is on me about posting more. I'm on her about posting more. So I am gonna post a little bit more. Because my mom even told me, she's like, look, like you said, you a light. She's like, Jesus did miracles. I mean, he didn't have to turn water into wine, but he knew people was gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
So she was like, you have to showcase, what you're doing, because you inspire some people. I mean, these drug dealers showcase what they doing, and that's why they got the influence.
True.
So and that's why I love people like you, beautiful attorney, a businesswoman. I mean, instead of them just seeing people that strippers, they show a lot of their wealth and stuff like that. No offense to them, but I'm saying it's just good to have women, beautiful women that's doing something different, tripped out, not not corny and all that. So I will Instagram Timeless Floyd, and then Facebook I think Floyd Timeless or something like that.
And then where do people find your company?
What is it? Neb Management on Instagram. I don't think we have anything else. www.nebnetworks.com, and I think that's all we got right now. We're gonna do better too at taking we hit the ground running, man.
I remember. I remember when you came and talked to me and was like, Rox, I'm on to something. I'm on. At that point, I was like over anything entertainment. I was like, I want to just deal with the public.
Yeah. And you start killing it too. You're like, I don't do that no more. I'm like, come on,
no
one last time.
Entertainment. I'm
I was
done.
like, one last time. You like, no, Floyd, I'm doing personal injury. And I'm like, man, come on. I got everything on board. I
know, but you know, it had to. Everything happens when it's supposed to happen.
Understood.
You know, so I needed that time to build, to rebuild myself, to you know. So to even find me in this particular place right now, I mean, I'm just like. I think I was telling Fee this morning, my makeup artist, I was like, I don't know what the hell Ebony got me doing. I'm just going to go with it.
I love it. I love long time
the
coming.
The fact that I'm even doing this and staying consistent this long, because I ain't going to lie, I thought I was like, man, I'm finna do this shit. I'm going to just stick to just being in my desk, going along.
This is like your pulpit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is like your pulpit. You know, you may not ever preach at church, but you are a light, man, and we just have to not make it about us. It is hard. I hate posting. Yeah, I really do. Ebony's like, you don't never post unless you're on the plane.
Too.
I'm like,
me too.
But it's not. We just got to make it not about us.
I'm so used to just doing the work. And I really feel like the results will show.
Speak for themselves.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you're doing what you're supposed to do, I ain't got to post. You know, I got people out here, a wonderful team that'll say and that'll talk and clients that'll talk. But now we live in an age where
that's the first thing they pulled up.
Is that
this
crazy?
Valet guy, little young kid, very bright, kind of remind me of Christian, just real bright, good spirit. He brought my car up and he was like, can I ask you something, white dude? He was like, man, what do you do for a living? I said, just go to my Instagram. He looked at it, he was like, holy shit, man, like, you know, this person follow you. That. So I'm like, we got a face to face. This is our new business card. Ooh. This is our new.
Ooh, wow, the way you just put it.
That
I need to get on it.
That's
the new business card, Floyd.
This is all they look at.
Well, Chris, we need to shoot some more content.
Yeah, Chris, come on, man.
We need to shoot some more stuff.
And again, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Like I'm guilty of it because, like you said, I don't go out. I don't go to clubs. I just work, raise my family, and eat.
Me too.
And so, but I got to do better.
Yeah,
I gotta do
me
better.
too.
We owe it.
2024, we gonna do better.
We're gonna do better.
We're gonna do better. We gonna do better. We gonna do better.
But I love this though. Congratulations to all your success.
This is only the beginning. We gonna, I'm hoping one day I can get to them YouTube numbers y'all used to, seeing, hopefully we can see that one day.
Yeah. You got that evergreen content, so it's a slow build with that, but that stuff.
It's super slow.
Money,
Lord, how slow it's gonna be.
I can tell you right now, it's like country music. It may not take off quick. Boy, you can eat for life on this type of content. Yeah.
Hey, that's what it's about. I appreciate you, Floyd, for coming. And if anybody is out there looking to turn your passion into a viable business, or are you looking for some mentorship, some strategy sessions, y'all know where y'all can find me at excelofficial.com. You guys know I created the Start, Launch, Grow course, all here to help you be able to turn your spark into a viable business. Comes with free lifetime mentorship, plus pop-up masterclasses, private Facebook group as well for you guys to, pop in if you got some questions, plus motivational and then some. Go to excelofficial.com, and as always, you can always watch our wonderful episode. It's on Apple, Spotify, and all the other audio stuff in our YouTube. And until I see you guys again, dare to excel.
Thank you.
Thank you.